will you relate to the overwhelming degeneracy that you see on social media? Will you keep scrolling and looking for more content that just reaffirms all the bad habits that you're doing so that you don't have to be critical with yourself, hold yourself accountable, and do the work? Because you see it so much on social media. You see memes and videos and content and people trying to be relatable. And the only way to be relatable in these modern times is through degenerate activities. Because degenerate activities and short-term gratification are so widely accessible and so widely done because of just that. And so with that being a fact, what are all of the content creators, both big and small and new, going to do and post in order to gain the most attention and followers? They're going to try to relate to the masses by posting videos, pictures, memes and content about the most relatable things, which are short-term gratification and degenerate activities, which will be stuff like when you go to sleep late and you wake up tired, when you go out drinking and then wake up hungover the next day, when you leave the work that you need to do to the very last minute, when you come unprepared to school or work, when you find a lazy way to do something when you could just get up and do it. And so if I could sum up everything that is wrong with modern social media, is that it pedestalizes all the short-term gratification activities that are easy to do and kind of demonizes any effort or hard work that you would do by making it out to seem that anybody who does hard work or is productive as the other people, and us people here are the ones that are relaxed, that don't put out too much effort, find the easy way around things, and ultimately live a happy, stress-free life. All of that is nonsense and absolute propaganda. The people themselves who make that content are not happy, fulfilled people. They may be holding out for the time being, but this isn't something that they would do for their entire life. They do not feel fulfilled nor accomplished by doing this. They're only doing it because it's easy and they got themselves in a position to do so. And so after everything I've just explained, are you going to go into social media again and relate to the content and memes that you see on there? And so most people are already in the boat of short-term gratification and degeneracy before they even step foot into social media. And then you step into social media and you see all of this content reaffirming that you should keep doing what you're doing because it's relatable, most people do it and it's fun. And then the people that you relate to, you trust. And then it's like an endless vicious cycle of trust with these people who are degenerates that partake in constant short-term gratification. So although you may be able to go onto social media and relate to all of the bad habits that you're doing and not feel as bad about them, ultimately, is it worth it? Is it worth getting reaffirmed with the bad actions that you take by fellow degenerates who aren't improving their life either? Although you may feel good, you're not doing good. There's a very big difference between the two. And basically what these people on social media with this short-term gratification degenerate content, they promise you comfort and good feeling. They relate to the bad habits that you do so you don't have to feel bad about yourself. They may not exactly think that, but that's what it boils down to. Whereas me and fellow self-improvement channels for men, what I can promise you is a better life. Although you may feel uncomfortable, although you may feel attacked, I want what's best for you. Because I understand that to live a meaningful life means to take on responsibility. And responsibility by itself, just the word, makes you think of stress. Being responsible for things is stressful and effortful. But that is exactly what life is. And that is the only way in which you can live a meaningful life and be able to lay gracefully with gratitude on your deathbed. Anything else will only cause shame and regret on your deathbed. And so I'm making this video to publicly say that it's not okay to sleep in. It's not okay to eat junk food because you're sad. It's not okay to lay in bed for several hours throughout the day. There's absolutely no point of watching any sort of shows, any sort of movies. You shouldn't be watching entertainment content on YouTube. None of that should be a part of your day because it's all easy and it all brings you comfort and joy. But if you wake up every day wondering about how you can get comfort and joy, then I'm just going to tell you straightforward that you're not going to get far in life. You may not even get far in your week before you break down and fall into a massive depression pit that you cannot fall out of. And what is normal is disciplining yourself. Doing the hard work even though you don't feel like it. Following through with the strict rules that you set for yourself. Waking up early. Exercising. Being mindful. working for several hours throughout the day, helping your fellow people up, becoming the absolute best version of yourself through hard work, effort and discipline, and ultimately making the world a better place. That is what is normal. You must become intolerant to everything normal in society nowadays, because there are children identifying as foxes and penguins in schools, and pride parades are going on, children are in pride parades, transgender people, equality, feminism, there's so much of it. And if it was not a normal thing within society 100 years ago or 200 years ago, then it is not a normal part of life. The fact is that most of this modern nonsense that goes on simply goes on because the world is safe. The people aren't in hard times, there's no major wars going on, there's no conflict between countries, food's easy to get, you can get money without working. With all of that being a fact, it leads to such nonsense going on simply because people have the energy for it. Instead of putting in energy to survive, they put in the energy for all of that. And so if you need any sort of help with escaping the modern pull of social media, click the first link in the description that will take you to set up a one-on-one call where I can personally help you with any of these problems that you may be experiencing. Put in enough time and attention, because that will make anything into reality.